Your dog isn't just hearing you, they're listening. Science now confirms what many dog parents have always believed deep down. Our pups recognize human words, not just commands but actual meaningful vocabulary. From the excited tail wag at walk to that adorable head tilt when you whisper, treat. Our dogs are picking up far more than we think. And get this, dogs process language on the same side of the brain as we do. They may not speak our words, but they understand them, emotionally, functionally, instinctively. So today, we're uncovering 6 human words your dog truly gets, backed by real research. And number 4 might just change how you communicate forever. Let's start with the most obvious one, until you realize just how powerful it actually is. It's not just a name, it's their identity. Think about it, when you call out Milo or Bella, you're not just making noise. You're flipping a switch in their brain, lighting up memories, excitement, and maybe even a little tail wag. Isn't it wild that a simple word can mean so much? Dogs are basically furry little scientists, always running experiments. Hear their name, get a treat, hear their name, get a belly rub, repeat enough times and boom, instant recognition. And get this, science says they can pick out their name even in a crowd or when a total stranger calls them. It's like they have built-in noise-canceling headphones just for their favorite word. But here's the twist, it's not just the name, it's the music in your voice. Ever tried calling your dog with a silly voice? Or maybe with your, I just stepped on a Lego voice? Trust me, they notice. Shout Charlie, with pure joy, and suddenly you've got a 4-legged rocket launching straight at you. Who needs coffee when you've got that kind of energy? But try it with a grumpy tone and what do you get? The classic dog side eye, maybe even a slow-motion tail droop. Ouch! Your voice is like a sculptor, shaping their feelings with every syllable. Happy, nervous, excited, they feel it all. Here's a question. Ever wonder why your dog sometimes dodges you after you call their name? If you always say it before a scolding, they might start thinking, uh-oh, here comes trouble. Not exactly the reaction you want, right? Their name should be a golden ticket, an invitation to fun, love, and attention, not a red flag. So next time, try it soft and sweet, like you're talking to a baby or your favorite dessert. High-pitched, loving, and just a little bit silly. Watch those ears pop up like little satellite dishes. It's adorable, right? But this next word, it doesn't just spark recognition, it sparks a full-on sprint. You know the one. You whisper treat from across the house and suddenly, bam, your dog's wide awake, teleporting to your side like they've just heard the dinner bell at a 5-star restaurant. Deepest nap, doesn't matter. That word is magic. Why does treat have this superpower? Because food-related words are basically the doggy equivalent of winning the lottery. Their ears perk up, tails start wagging, and suddenly you're the most interesting person in the universe. It's all thanks to classical conditioning. Yep, the same science that made Pavlov's dogs drool. Say treat enough times while handing over snacks, and your dog's brain wires that word to pure happiness. Seriously, repeat it often enough and that connection forms faster than a greyhound chasing a rabbit. It's like their brain is on a racetrack and treat is the finish line. And it's not just treat. Ever tried saying breakfast, snack, or even car ride? Some dogs know them all. Suddenly you're living with a furry food dictionary. Sometimes you don't even have to say a word. The crinkle of a treat bag or the click of a can opener? That's basically Morse code for get over here, it's snack time. And get this, science says dogs will pick food words over praise, even if you're right there, arms open, ready for a cuddle. Sorry humans, snacks win. Ever tried spelling it out? T-R-E-A-T, hoping to outsmart your pup? Nice try, they're on to you. Those furry brains are decoding your every move. It's like living with a 4-legged detective, always on the case, always one step ahead. But here's the twist. Tone matters, sure, but context, that's the real MVP. You can say walk 100 ways, but unless you grab that leash, your dog's not buying it. The moment you reach for the leash and say walk, it's like you've hit the jackpot in your dog's brain. Dopamine party, population, one very happy pup. If your dog is food motivated, and let's be honest, most are, these words are like golden keys to their heart and stomach. But what about when you don't want them to do something? That's where this next word comes in. Now this one's tricky, because yes, your dog understands no. But let's be honest, do they actually care? Or is no just background noise to them, like the sound of the fridge opening? Here's the twist. Dogs don't see no as some magical stop sign. To them, it's just another word like sit or stay. The real secret, it's all about how you say it. Dogs are emotional detectives. They're reading your face, your tone, your whole vibe before they even process the word. So, what happens if you unleash a booming no with wild eyes and a voice that could shatter glass? You guessed it. Your dog's anxiety levels skyrocket. Suddenly, you're not just the treat giver, you're the fun police. But what if you go for the cool, calm, collected approach? A gentle and a quick redirect. Now you're teaching, not scaring. Believe it or not, science says dogs actually learn better from a disappointed "oh buddy" than a full-on angry rant. Who knew? It's not about making them afraid, it's about giving them feedback they can actually use. Think of yourself as their life coach, not their drill sergeant. And here's where it gets hilarious. Dogs do this mental math. Is this sock worth the risk? Will I get away with it this time? Sometimes the answer is yes, especially if it means you'll look their way. Attention is attention, right? That's why yelling no from across the room is like hitting the play button on their mischief. Want to win? Get up, redirect, and guide them to what you actually want. Celebrate the good stuff. Treats, praise, happy dances, reward what you want to see more of. So, say no, but then immediately show them the right move. It's like giving them the answer key to the test. Do this enough, and suddenly, no isn't a buzzkill. It's just a clear, friendly boundary. And hey, boundaries mean more freedom in the long run. But, if you really want them to listen, like drop everything and come running, then the next word might be your magic bullet. This one separates the listeners from the lovers. Be honest, when you call out, "Come here!" Does your dog rocket toward you like you're the best thing since bacon? Or do they suddenly discover the world's most fascinating stick on the other side of the yard? We've all been there. Here's the secret. Dogs can absolutely master recall words. Come, here, even let's go, with jaw-dropping reliability. But here's the twist. It's not about being the strictest drill sergeant on the block. It's about building trust, not tension. Think about it. If "come here" only means bath time or nail trims, would you want to run over? Didn't think so. Suddenly that phrase is less of a friendly invitation and more of a danger warning. But flip the script. Make "come here" the gateway to dinner, playtime, or a shower of praise, and watch your dog transform into a furry missile of happiness. It's like magic, but with more tail wags. Want to supercharge your recall? Add a special cue, a whistle, a click, or your most ridiculous high-pitched puppy voice. Trust me, your dog will notice. Dogs are pattern detectives. It's not just the word, it's the routine, the rhythm, the whole experience that gets their tails wagging. And yes, some breeds, looking at you, border collies and labs, seem born to obey. They're the honor students of the recall world. But don't lose hope if you've got a stubborn husky. With enough love and maybe a little cheese, even the most independent pups can become recall rock stars. Remember, consistency, joy, and reward. That's your holy trinity for recall success. Make it a party every time. But what if I told you there's a word that feels even better to your dog than treat? That's right. Our next one is powered by praise. When you say good boy or good girl, your dog isn't just hearing sounds, they're feeling your approval like a warm hug. But don't just take my word for it. Science has receipts. Imagine a dog lying in an MRI machine, probably wondering if treats are involved. At Emory University, researchers discovered something wild. When dogs hear praise, their brains light up like a Christmas tree. And get this, dogs don't just hear the words, they feel the vibe. Use that happy sing-song voice and suddenly your dog's ears perk up, eyes sparkle, and you've got their full attention. Who knew you had such power? Here's the plot twist. For many pups, your praise is better than bacon. Yes, you heard that right. Your good boy can beat out a juicy treat. Who's training who now? But wait, there's more. Add a head rub, a cuddle, maybe that silly baby voice you swore you'd never use in public, and you've just hit the jackpot. The secret ingredient? Pure, unfiltered enthusiasm. Flat, monotone praise. Might as well be reading the weather. So go big. Smile like you just won the lottery. Widen those eyes and let your dog know you mean it. Why hold back? This is your Oscar moment. Watch what happens next. Tails wag, paws dance, and your dog practically levitates with joy. This is the language they crave. And when good boy becomes a regular thing, suddenly your dog's strutting with confidence, ready to take on the world, one tail wag at a time. It's more than words. It's a message. Yes, you did well. I see you. And isn't that what we all want? Even the shyest rescue, the one who flinches at a touch, can melt under the sunshine of your praise. It's not just about training, it's about building a bridge of trust, one good boy at a time. But our final word? It's the softest one of all, and the one that tucks your pup's day in like a lullaby. Bedtime isn't just for kids, dogs know it too. Ever tried whispering bedtime and suddenly your dog's ears shoot up like you just announced a steak giveaway? Or maybe you flick off the lights and, bam, your pup's already halfway to dreamland. Coincidence? Not a chance, that's the magic of routine. Dogs are absolute pros at reading our daily rhythms. They know when it's time for walks, snacks, and yes, when the Sandman's about to call. Miss dinner by 5 minutes? You'll get the stare. Start brushing your teeth at night? Suddenly, your dog's on high alert, tail wagging, ready for the next step. Say bedtime every night and watch the show. A big stretch, a few circles, and then, plop. They curl up like a furry cinnamon roll. It's like clockwork, but cuter. And let's be honest, sometimes they beat you to bed, claiming your pillow like they pay the rent. Who's really in charge here? Want to make bedtime even sweeter? Try a soft voice, dim the lights, and add a few gentle pets. Suddenly you're not just saying a word, you're casting a spell of calm. And for those pups who get a little anxious at night, this is your secret weapon. Seriously, it's like a lullaby for their soul. A calm, consistent routine means less barking, less stress, and way more sleep for everyone. Who doesn't want that? So next time you say bedtime, remember, it's not just a word. It's a nightly ritual, a comfort, a promise. It's a promise. You're safe now. You're home. But here's where things get really wild. Some dogs, like Chaser the Border Collie, have been trained to understand over 1,000 human words. She could fetch toys by name, group them by category, even deduce unfamiliar names by exclusion, like a furry Sherlock Holmes. Which raises the big question, what words does your dog respond to? Is it park, outside, grandma? Drop it in the comments, we're dying to know. And hey, if this blew your mind, then you have to check out our next video. If your dog does these, they're smarter than most people. Tap that link, give your pup a good boy from us, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and join the pack. Your dog's listening. Let's give them something worth hearing.